Hi there. I am Jennifer Elizabeth Masters. I am a soul sculptor, and I help you break the mold of past trauma and heartbreak so that you can have the amazing life and business of your dreams. And what does that involve? It involves happiness. It involves feeling blissful about your day instead of being in stress. And so today we are talking about complaining, and I'm an expert on this subject because probably 30 years ago, 20 years ago, I discovered that my thoughts were literally killing me. I was a huge complainer. I told my story of woe over and over. And now I'm not saying that bad things didn't happen and that aren't or haven't happened to you too. However, the way the brain functions is it takes the path of least resistance. Just like us, the brain tries to do things the easy way. So when we complain, what are we affecting? We are affecting the hippocampus, and we have two actually located on either side of our brains. It is part of the limbic system. The limbic system is responsible for emotions, short-term, long-term memory, behavior, and olfaction, sense of smell. But the hippocampus can be shrunken by us complaining. Now, what does that mean? Well, so I said the brain likes to do things the easy way. So when we complain and we get into this habit of complaining about the traffic, work, our boss, the weather, our parents, our kids, complaining all the time, it might feel good to you because you are venting, getting it off your chest, but you are actually negatively affecting your health, increasing cortisol levels, and shortening your lifespan. So when I said and discovered that my thoughts were literally killing me, I was complaining all the time. I kept telling my story of woe. And the more that we repeat something, the more these neural pathways are created in the brain to make a shorter distance. So the more we complain, the easier it is to complain. And scientists have a cute little phrase. They say, synapses that fire together, wire together. So when we complain once, next thing you know, we're complaining again. And complaining is like smoking. So we might be the one complaining, but it negatively affects everyone around us. And there are some simple ways to overcome this, and I did. I am nothing special. I just committed to myself that I wanted to be healthier. I wanted to feel better. I wanted to be happy. And so what complaining does is it gets in the way of our ability to feel happy. It affects short-term memory, long-term memory, and spatial navigation. And so the act of complaining shortens your life, increases cortisol, increases stress in the body, which also can increase cardiovascular disease. You know, stress is one of the biggest causes of death. And so we want to live long and live long and prosper. What is that? I don't know if I can do it. Okay, so now how do we overcome negativity? Well, there's a really simple way, and that is to find gratitude. When we have challenges, whether it's the weather or someone cutting us off, one of the first things you can say is, well, thank you. I'm alive to live another day. Have that one at the ready. But you could also say, I'm grateful for this experience. I wonder how it can positively impact my life. Because when we ask a question, the universe rushes in to fulfill and answer our question. And so a gratitude journal is a great way to open our heart, raise your vibration, move you out of that complaining into a happier state, because you can't occupy two mental states, two emotional states at the same time. So find a way to be grateful. And you know, you could wear there was a minister, Reverend Bowen, who did an experiment. I think he found his parishioners were complaining an awful lot. And so he gave them all purple armbands. And over the period of 21 days, they would place this purple armband on their left wrist. And every time they complained, they would shift it to the next wrist. Next wrist, you only have two. But so when you complain again, you put it back to this one and back to this one and back to this one. And when you stop moving it, it means you've stopped complaining. And so this worked great for his parishioners, and it is known as the Bowen method. So there are other ways. We can find a way to, how can I dwell in happiness? How can I reduce my stress and stop complaining? Because we'll have more friends. I have a chapter title in one of my books. It's called Bitch, Moan, Die Alone. Nobody wants to be around a bitchy, complaining person. And I can tell you, I have a lot more friends now that I stopped bitching and complaining. And of course, my health is a lot better too. I used to have fibromyalgia, Epstein-Barr, and anxiety and depression are also increased by complaining. So if you want to eliminate depression and anxiety, my cat is agreeing, you want to stop complaining. And so you bring down the mood of others. We don't want to do that. It also affects our mood. And what did I say before? It reduces the size of the hippocampus, which can affect long-term and short-term memory. So there is a lot here on complaining. And if you'd like to learn more, you can visit my website, Jennifer Elizabeth Masters. I help you shift from complainer to bliss. I help you be less anxious, less depressed, and more happy. And I have several tools that help you do that. But what I will say is, the more you complain, the more you complain. And you know, the brain rewires itself for ease of use, making a shorter synapse between one complaint and the next, making it easier. The opposite is also true. The more positive we become, the easier it is for us to have more positive thoughts. All right, so if we're around somebody who is a habitual complainer, what do? We'll take a deep breath. Be compassionate. You don't want to be bitchy and complain to them, do you? No. So what can you do? Well, you could make a positive suggestion. Perhaps you could take a jog, have a run, play some music. Find a way to shift your mood so that you feel better, lighter. Music has a way of touching our soul, shifting our moods very rapidly, and so does exercise. Those are all great ways. So gratitude, take a run or a walk outside in nature, have a gratitude journal, write down things that you're grateful for every day. Find a way each hour. You could set an alarm on your phone or your watch to, at the top of the hour, find something to be grateful for. When we're in this habit of being grateful, we're going to find ourselves manifesting faster, feeling more positive, and happier. I'm Jennifer Elizabeth Masters. Please do visit my website. I have over 1,100 blog articles that could help you shift from complaining to be healthier and happier right now. Thanks for watching. Mwah. Much love to you.